It's so great to be back. Actually, this is my third visit to North Carolina. And this visit is of special significance because I'm joining you in commemoration of the ping-pong diplomacy, a very, very special and important in China-US relationship. 50 years ago, the elder generation of Chinese and American leaders, including Chairman Mao Zedong, Premier Zhou Enlai, President Richard Nixon, used the episode that one athlete took the wrong bus to make a big decision with political courage and vision, which brought about the mutual visits of Chinese and American table tennis teams, and moved the big ball with the small ball. Thus, the normalization of China-US relations started. Now, people of that generation are not with us anymore. But the wisdom and creativity of ping-pong diplomacy can still provide inspiration and strength for the development of China-US relations. On November the 14th, President Xi Jinping and President Joe Biden had a face-to-face meeting in Bali. The two heads of state had candid, in-depth, constructive, and strategic discussions on major issues concerning China-US relations and the prospects for world peace and development. The meeting helped stabilize and provided important guidance for the China-US relations in the next stage and beyond. It is extremely meaningful to demonstrate the ping-pong diplomacy spirit to implement the important consensus reached by the two heads of state in this meeting. Ping-pong diplomacy has pointed the way for how two major countries with huge differences can get along. I want to echo Mr. Yang by saying that China and the US are different. They're different in history, culture, social system, and development path. And such differences will continue to exist. But these differences should not hinder the development of China-US relations. 50 years ago, with mutual respect and great enthusiasm, Chinese and American athletes played table tennis together, both to hone their skills and to know more about each other and to make friends. 50 years later, as China-US exchanges to cooperation have been developing by leaps and bounds, we should all the more not allow the differences to hinder our relations and should follow the three principles of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation proved by history to ensure that China-US relations move forward on the right track. Ping-pong diplomacy has shown us that China and the United States should focus on our common interests. Back then, our two countries had remained estranged from each other for decades and driven by our strategic needs and common interests. We began to engage with each other through ping-pong diplomacy. Under the current circumstances, China and the US share more, not less, common interests. It is in our mutual and fundamental interest to prevent conflict and confrontation and achieve peaceful coexistence. The two economies are deeply integrated, and both face new tasks in development. It is in our mutual interest to benefit from each other's development. It is also in our mutual interest to promote post-COVID-19 global recovery, tackle climate change, and resolve regional issues through China-US coordination and cooperation. For example, China-US two-way trade exceeded $750 billion in 2021 and reached $639.8 billion in the first 10 months of this year, an increase of 5.1% year on year. China has a middle income group of 400 million people. The 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China has embarked on the path of promoting national rejuvenation through a Chinese path to modernization. With commitment to promoting high-quality development and high-standard opening up, China will provide new opportunities to the world with its continued development. A more open China will definitely bring greater business opportunities to the United States. President Xi Jinping pointed out that the world is big enough for the two countries to develop themselves and prosper together. China and the US should show the responsibility of big powers, eliminate zero-sum mentality, rise above all differences and disputes, and pursue cooperation together.乒乓diplomacy has encouraged the two peoples to redouble their efforts for shared benefits. The power of the people is infinite. 50 years ago, the engagement of Chinese American athletes has changed the history of the relationship between two major countries, thus opening a new chapter in the world landscape. The improvement of the relations has also opened the door of people-to-people exchanges. Many Chinese have come to live and study in the United States and become part of the American multicultural society, contributing to the development and the prosperity of their second home country. At the same time, many Americans have also gone to China to do business. The Chinese and American people are so closely linked that their relations have reached deep into the fabric of the two societies, providing resilience for China-US relations. To build on such ties will provide a robust support for the stability of state-to-state relations. Over the past 11 years since its establishment, the Carolinas Chinese Chamber of Commerce has brought a large number of friendly people from the two states and beyond, and it has championed U.S.-China exchanges and cooperation all along. Tonight, we're gathering here to commemorate乒乓diplomacy and offer insights for the development of China-US relations. I hope that everyone here will take today's event as a new starting point, act with a sense of urgency and responsibility, sow more seeds of friendship, build more bridges of win-win cooperation, and lay a solid foundation for the stable development of China-US relationship. Last but not least, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in the United States, I would like to pay high tribute to all those who participated in and have carried forward the heritage of乒乓diplomacy. And I wish the Carolinas Chinese Chamber of Commerce and its members great success. Thank you very much.